welcome. This is the latest edition of MBC News. With me, Arthur Chokoto. And our sign language interpreter is Tauson Kamalata. The headlines. A health charity, Chadinka Maternity Care, Jamaica, steps up fight against cervical cancer. Parliamentary Committee on Health calls on the youth to stand up for their rights. And environmentalists team up to empower the youth on environmental conservation. Glad you could join us. Our first story, the health charity Chadinka Maternity Care Jamaica is to carry out a nationwide exercise to screen women of cervical cancer. The organization fears many women could be at risk of developing cervical cancer, but they don't know, hence the exercise to detect and treat it at early stage. Jamaica organized a fundraising dinner in Blantyre to raise money for the exercise. Mercy Zamawa reports.
Cervical cancer is a leading cancer among all cancers in women in Malawi. Health experts say the disease kills almost 3,000 women every year, and statistics show a rising curve in new cases registered across the country every year. Ironically, cancer of the cervix is preventable and can be cured if detected early. But that is not the case. Many are already wasted by the time they report to the hospital for medical treatment, and it is this trend that Chadinka Maternity Care Jamaica want to end. The health charity is on a countrywide cancer screening exercise so that cases detected can be treated early, and this event is to fundraise for the project. Frank Taulo is the founder of Jamaica.
We are coming here for one purpose, to raise funds so that we can go to the rural areas and be able to screen our women so that they don't develop cancer in the future. We have started the work with the money which the Malawi people have given us. We started in Mulanje, we saw almost 130 women. Then we went to Nsanje, we saw over 300 women. And in Gabu, we only screened at Gabu Rural Hospital. We screened over 322. So it's just the beginning.
More than 20 million kwacha has been collected at this fundraising dinner. But according to Jamaica, the money is not enough for cancer screening services to as many women as possible, as Jamaica patron Abidamia explains.
Most of our rural women are experiencing severe medical complications due to lack of screening services. In collaboration with the Ministry of Health, Jamaica has taken this approach to decrease the burden of disease by targeting the rural women. It has been overwhelming to see the numbers of women coming in for screening. The interest and desire amongst women to be screened is encouraging.
The increase in cases of cervical cancer in Malawi is a big worry for the First Lady, Madam Monica Chakwera, who attended the fundraiser to escalate the fight against this disease.
Our women in rural areas need to have access to cervical cancer, like we have already said, the cervical cancer screening that is coming up. And also when they see that they need treatment, it means they can be treated straight away. However, cervical cancer screening cannot be successful if service providers are not trained. Efforts of saving women would go in vain if health centers are not well equipped with the required recommended screening tools.
Minister of Health Kumbize Chiponda said government through her ministry would ensure that people are able to access healthcare services including cancer treatment. She commended Jamaica for complementing government efforts in the fight against cancer. Almost half the cancer cases registered in Malawi are cervical cancer. So far, Jamaica has screened for cervical cancer women from the lower Shire districts of Nsanje and Chihuahua. Mercy Zamawa, MBC News, Blantyre.
Meanwhile, the First Lady, Madame Monica Chakwera, has called for concerted efforts in curbing rising cases of gender-based violence, GBV, across the country. She was speaking in Lilongwe when she presided over a fundraising event for the Joyce Banda Foundation to reduce the plight of orphans and other vulnerable children. Details in this report.
Speaking at the fundraising event, Madame Monica Chakwera spoke highly of the good work championed by the Joyce Banda Foundation. Among other things, she noted the foundation is doing commendable work in empowering the poor and caring for the disadvantaged in society. Madam Chakwera then expressed concern over rising cases of gender-based violence in the country. At this point, the First Lady urged Malawians to join hands in prayer, describing the rise in GBV cases as a spiritual war.
We are in a spiritual war. Our God-fearing country, Malawi, needs to hold hands in prayer. And let's pray together. Let's take part. Every time we are praying, that should be our number one item. A God-fearing nation cannot be famous with what we are hearing.
On her part, Dr. Joyce Banda, former president of the country, who is also the founder of the Joyce Banda Foundation, said caring for the less privileged and educating girls is her lifetime commitment. Also parted with the fundraising event was a panel discussion. Among the panelists was spouse to the country's vice president, Madam Chilima. She emphasized on the need to scale up efforts for the economic empowerment of women as a tool to fighting against gender-based violence. She argued doing so would also help create a conducive environment for the empowerment of well-supported girls through education. The fundraising event has been held under the theme Fighting Gender-Based Violence in Malawi, Everybody's Responsibility. Miriam Galiza, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Vice President Dr. Saulos Chilima has said in future construction works of major projects should only begin when adequate funding has been secured. Dr. Chilima was speaking in Ncheu after inspecting construction of the 140-kilometer Ncheu-Tsangano Road, a key route for agri-produce farmers in the potato-rich area. Well, the Vice President said he was impressed with the quality of the roadworks, but said the delays by the Malawi Defense Force Engineers Battalion to complete the first stretch of 21 kilometers was worrisome. He said this could have been avoided if the project had secured adequate funding. The first part of the works, that covers 21 kilometers, is estimated to cost 9.6 billion kwacha. Universal Health Coverage Coalition, UHCC, says the challenges facing the health sector in the country require increased investments and speeding up of reforms. Chairperson for the coalition, George Jobe, made the remarks during the commemoration of universal health coverage at Mtsiliza Community Ground in Lilongwe. Edith Kaira has more in this report.
Every year, the world celebrates Universal Health Coverage Day, which falls on 12 December. 2020 is the first year for Malawi to celebrate the day. As such, a grouping of non-governmental organizations working in the health sector came together to commemorate the day in Lilongwe, and the event was held under the banner Universal Health Coverage Day Coalition, UHCC. Speaking during the function, chairperson for the coalition, George Jobe, said government must make sure that people are able to access health care services regardless of one's status. He said COVID-19 has highlighted how weak the health sector is and the need to have strong health systems. He noted that despite government recruiting health workers recently, there is still need for more medical personnel in the health facilities.
When we don't have adequate health care workers, it means issues of access are compromised, because we have heard of people who go to facilities, they take long to be assisted, and also quality, especially when the healthcare workers get exhausted, can be compromised. Some of the mistakes that are done by our healthcare workers may be because of pressure of work. So we think by recruiting more, even some of the facilities that have not been opened yet can be opened, because one of the reasons is because there are no healthcare workers.
Commenting on the matter, Deputy Minister of Health, Chris Kanyasho, said government remains committed in making sure that people are accessing health services. Kanyasho said government is aware of inadequate medical personnel in the country's hospitals. She said government will recruit more health workers.
As government, we've already embarked on employing more nurses, more doctors, more clinicians, just to meet the high demand that we expect from the public.
The celebrations for the Universal Health Coverage Day started with a march from Gateway Mall to Ntsiriza Community Ground. The day was commemorated under the theme, Health for All, Protect Everyone. Edith Kaira, MBC, Lilongwe.
The Malawi Defense Force says it will make sure that officers get the necessary training and support that is required for their job. Major General Chikunka Soko was speaking at Malawi Defense Force Command and Staff College in Chilima when he closed the Junior Command and Staff course. Patrick Dambula has the story.
It was the first group of officers to graduate after going through the Junior Command and Staff course ever since the Malawi Defense Force Command and Staff College opened its doors in 2019. Speaking when he closed the course, Major General Chikunka Soko described it as a must for military officers, saying it helps to equip them with basic understanding of staff duties and military operations at different levels. He said modern armies should be able to meet current as well as future challenges in order to be professional and apolitical while providing maximum support for government policies. Soko said this is the reason why the training focused on contemporary issues, law, leadership, management and governance of defense in democracy. Speaking in an interview later, Commandant of the college, Brigadier General Mwetsen Yetala, said military officers need other skills that can help them to handle various situations.
You know, the officers, when they join the military, they are given the basics. But as you grow in the profession, you need to train someone for professional education and efficiency. So this is very relevant because the officers were equipped with the knowledge of planning operations and execution. So at the moment, when we say that even the security has got a paradigm shift whereby you are saying that when you talk of the military, it's not just about carrying guns or rifles or weapons. You also have to consider other contemporary security issues. And
18 locals participated, while one Tanzanian also made the list. Tanzanian Defense Attaché to Malawi, Brigadier General Samuel Makabari, said Tanzania's participation in the training is as a result of a long-standing military cooperation between Malawi and his country.
In the future, I expect to extend the relationship, to have more students, maybe to other causes as well. Not only to this one course, which is the Junior Command and Staff course.
Captain Chance Chembezi emerged the best overall student. He attributed his success to teamwork.
Basically, what I would say is it has been a teamwork stuff. So to all the students that have participated in this course, it's a victory to them.
The course lasted 20 weeks and it drew participants from various Malawi Defense Force establishments. Patrick Dambula, MBC News, Chilima.
You're watching MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. A health charity, Jadinka Maternity Care, Jamaica, steps up fight against cervical cancer. Parliamentary Committee on Health calls on the youth to stand up for their rights. And environmentalists team up to empower the youth on environmental conservation.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Do your gums hurt?
Yeah.
Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile?
All that in one toothpaste?
Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums.
Ah, Colgate Herbal.
Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Welcome back to NBC News. Stand up for your rights. The youth in the country have been urged. The advice was given at a youth conference in Blantyre organized to commemorate this year's International Human Rights Day. Kwagwanji has compiled this report read by Beatrice Mwape.
International Human Rights Day is marked every year on 10th December. To observe the day, IPAS Malawi organized a youth conference in Blantyre. Issues tackled at the meeting included challenges the youth are facing. These include violation of their rights, including rape, defilement, and incest, which at times lead to unintended pregnancies among girls. This is where the issue on the need of tabling an abortion bill in Parliament came in. Discussions at the conference acknowledged that the bill needs to be tabled in Parliament and discussed as it is seen as a necessity that enhances the rights of the youth, especially girls. Emma Galia, chairperson of COPWA, said it is necessary that the youth are at the forefront in fighting for their rights.
They need to participate meaningfully, not just being there, meaningfully, and make sure that they are known to be there. They also need to understand certain things, because at times we fail to speak because we do not really know how to analyze the situation that is there. They need to be able to pick on things that make sense and speak to those things at the right time. Youth should not be sitting in the periphery and demanding that they should be involved. They need to be where people meet, where people discuss and make a difference in their own way.
Matthew Ngwale, chairperson for the Parliamentary Committee on Health, concurred with Kalia. Ngwale said Parliament is ready to discuss the abortion bill. The parliamentarian said the youth should speak out on the need for legislators to discuss the bill, just like other sections of the society have spoken against the tabling of the bill.
The youths themselves have not shown that they are angry with what's going on, that there's a problem in this country, and they need to show that. So far, we are not getting it. There is political will. The president of this country, His Excellency, President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, has not opposed this communication, this discussion. He has allowed it. And Parliament is ready to discuss it. But where are the youths? Who are the victims of unsafe abortions? Who are the victims of rape, the victims of defilement, the victims of incest? Until when these youths come forward, that's when the problem will be seen to be there. But if they don't show, then people question whether what people are fighting for, what we are fighting for, is indeed something that is existent in our communities.
But what is it that the youth are doing about the laws that affect them?
It's not that we youth are being idle, but we've been doing our work. We've been sensitizing people, we've been making awareness campaigns, but because of COVID-19 we were restricted. So now that we are free to do everything, we can go on big walk, shouting, expressing our views, and also we have a petition that we are going to present to Parliament very soon.
The youth conference was held under the theme, Recover Better, Stand Up for Human Rights.
The Ministry of Forestry and Natural Resources has urged people in the country to take it upon themselves to preserve the environment through farming and growing of trees. Details in this report.
There is a farmer named Samuel Jaimabanda in the area of traditional authority in Kugula in Doha. He has taken fruit farming to another level as he is involved in the growing of various fruits on his farm, which is called Mwai Fruit Nursery. Apart from fruits, Jaimabanda is also involved in the growing of tree seedlings. The news about what this farmer is doing has caught the attention of Minister of Forestry and Natural Resources Nancy Tembo, who has come here to appreciate what is happening. Tembo says this is the kind of thing that every Malawian needs to do, as it is a step towards conserving the environment. She says her ministry will ensure that such efforts are replicated among communities in order to save and restore the environment.
We will sensitize people, we would be bringing people here, but also in other engagements who bring this man to just explain to other communities what can be done. People come here, but also in future we can take him to other places that are doing similar work, see how best they can improve what they're doing, and to encourage communities to grow fruit trees. The other day I said that if we could all plant 2 mango trees wherever we live, we would have a huge forest in this country.
For his part, Chaima Banda says this kind of farming is worth it as he is able to earn a living through this. He says fruits are beneficial as apart from being a source of income, they also help to preserve the soils. Chaima Banda says his farm is open to farmers who may want to come and learn from him. He started doing this kind of thing way back in the year 2000. Patrick Dambula, MPC News, Doha.
In a related development, the Movement for Environmental Action in Malawi, MFA, says taking awareness messages on environmental conservation to young people can be one of the effective strategies of assuring a clean and safe environment in the country. Ruth Mpinganjira has the details.
With many organizations taking part in the cleanup exercise, an initiative launched by President Chakwera, the Movement for Environmental Action hasn't been left behind. The movement is conducting awareness campaigns on the importance of conserving the environment in schools, and Liguni Boys Secondary School is its first beneficiary. According to interim leader of the movement, Matthews Malata, the movement has decided to take their initiatives in schools because they realize young people have the power to bring change to society. He notes that behavior change is gradual, but taking awareness to the grassroots will help minimize challenges faced in waste management and environment conservation.
This country is largely a youthful country, and these are the people that are going to implement most of Malawi's aspirations, be it sustainable development goals or whatever blueprints that we have as a country. We need to invest in the young ones. What I've realized is that most of these people, the young ones that are in schools, colleges, are not aware of their responsibility in taking care of nature. Now what I'm trying to say is let's invest in the young ones from kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, university.
Alfred Mpandamkoko is the head teacher for Liguni Boys Secondary School and appreciates the support by the movement. Moving forward, Mpandamkoko says we encourage students to continue conducting cleanup exercise.
We will make sure that the students are geared to this exercise, not only this Friday, but all the time. We will create a time for manual work for them, that the environment, our campus should be neat. So it should be a responsibility of every student.
The cleaning exercise was in fact the order of the day in many places across Malawi, including Malawi Broadcasting Corporation in Lilongwe, where members of staff took their time off news and programming to conduct cleanup exercise around their premises. Ruth Mpinganjira, MBC, Lilongwe.
Zomba Central Hospital has appealed to companies and individuals of goodwill to support its refurbishment plans for the facility, which was built some years ago. Principal Nursing Officer for the hospital, Alice Kafua, was speaking when she received containers of paints from Rainbow Paints Limited. Meanwhile, the company has pledged continued support to government institutions.
It is very important that we have had this donation, because this hospital had been built a long time ago, 1895, was renovated in 1922, and the other renovations that are taking place started in 2004. So that's what we are saying. As a hospital, we had been maintaining it and keeping it clean, but it is difficult because it is used by public. It's a public institution, of which many people that use it, they are from various places. It is from the southeast zone of Malawi, of which we are saying the healthy people that are there, they are coming from various districts like Mangosha, Balaga, Mashinga, Zomba itself, Palombe, and part of Chiradzulu. Of course, it's not official, but most patients come because their health centers, they are just near Zomba. So instead of going to Blantyre, they come to Zomba. And then these people, you know where they are coming from, their statuses. And to use the facilities that they have, it is difficult. They touch the walls, and the walls become dirty. And because they have given us this paint, we are happy and very grateful, because we are going to paint some of the walls, and then they are going to look a bit cleaner than what they are.
We are donating to government institutions because it's where most underprivileged people receive the services. We cannot donate to those institutions that can manage to buy the pens on their own. But the government cannot do everything alone. And as organizations, we need to assist the government. Most people, they go there to receive the treatment. And once they go there, they will see the beautiful environment and they will be happy when receiving the treatment. And they won't complain about the condition and the environment of it.
Well, that's all we had for you in this edition of MBC News. A recap of our top stories before we leave. A health charity, Chadinka Maternity Care, Jamaica, steps up fight against cervical cancer. Parliamentary Committee on Health calls on the youth to stand up for their rights. And environmentalists team up to empower the youth on environmental conservation. For more news, visit mbc.mw. I am Arthur Chokoto, and our sign language interpreter was Tauson Kamalata. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
Vura yikwiza na chimwemwe pakati pitu wachavinandi viweme ivyo vura yikwiza navyo nanga uli vura njakukumbikwa pa umoyo owitu paliso ngozi zopambana izo zikwiza chikwa cha